Hi, this is Sonia from B2I Healthcare. Today I would like to talk about how to use SnowOwl when working with value sets. For working with value sets, we created an own perspective, which is the value set perspective. You can see value sets on the left side and different terminologies on the right side. Value sets are lists of clinical terms and their codes that are created for a specific context. With a value set, you can define a range of permitted values, for example, the values that are displayed in a pick list and permitted for data entry. While reference sets contain only SNOMED CT concepts, value sets can contain references to any terminology, classification system, or even to a local code system. And in this video, I will show you how to create a value set that contains references from different sources. The value sets that you can see here have been imported from the United States National Library of Medicine's Value Set Authority Center. Let me show you their website where you can download them from. So this is their website with the download area, and these are collections of value sets. So I downloaded this collection in SVS format, which is supported by SnowOwl, and imported it into SnowOwl. And this is over 800 value sets, and that's what you can see here. It's also possible to do a search for value sets and just select one or two value sets. Just a few words to the value set view. We actually call value sets value domains within SnowOwl, so just don't get confused about this wording. You can close all the nodes or open them all with these buttons. There's the option of doing a filter search. So if I type in tobacco, it shows me all of the value sets that have the word tobacco in it. You can also use the quick search up here. I already typed in allergy. The quick search is a comprehensive search all across the terminologies. So here you can see the results for SNOMED CT, ICD-10, LOINC, and here are the value sets. There are overall 7 results. If I can hit Control 4, I can see all of the results. I got to scroll down, and here you can see the 7 results, all the value sets that have allergy, which is in bold. A third way of looking for a value set where you can actually use wildcards is the advanced search, which is invoked with this button. And there's a value set tab here. I can type L and click on search. Let me show you this. And there you have all the 25 results that have L or all in it, so all, allergy, or also palliative care. So you have all the value sets like this. Okay, let's look at a value set. Let's go back to our tobacco. Let's use this one. And I will just maximize the view so you can see it better. There are 2 ways of displaying the value set members. One is the flat list, which is what you can see here, or you can also look at the hierarchical view. You can see there are 2 different categories because this value set has members from 2 different terminologies. One is SNOMED CT, the other one is CPT. This is why you can see different icons here. You can see the code, the status of the value set. Let me go back to the flat list. You can actually activate and inactivate members here. So let me just inactivate a few members. You see they disappear because I inactivated them. Now I have only 9 matching members. Before I had 13. And with this button, you can display inactive members. So those are the 4 that I inactivated. And since I haven't saved anything, I can just activate them again, reset the value set the way it was before. There's also the option to filter. Type in the term stop. Now I see only the value sets that have stop in their name, which is particularly useful when you have a big value set with lots of members. If you click one of the concepts, you can see the concept navigator. Let me click one. The concept editor, not the navigator. The concept editor gives you lots of information about the concept. Something that is interesting here is this tab, the Value Domain Membership tab, where you can see that this concept is indeed a member of the DEPACOU Secession Counseling value domain. You can also see here if there are any mappings or what the descriptions are, the source relationships, and so on. Or you can do some editing here as well. Let me just close this and go back to the value domain editor. This is the members tab, but there are two other pages. The next one is called properties, and this gives you information about the value set. All of this information can be edited, except this one, which is in gray, which is the ID. You cannot change this, but you can make changes to the name, definition, source. You can enter a website, version, purpose, type. You can change the status. You can enter an effective time, which is the date when the value domain is expected to be effective, and so on. And the last tab is metadata. This is extra information that was imported with the value sets. For example, the e-measure title. If I click it, I can see the keywords that are assigned to it. You can also define new groups here and assign keywords to them. Okay, so much about value sets. Now let's create a value set on our own. There are different ways. You can, first of all, you can create a value set that is a top level value set. So if I just hit this button, it would create a value set that is here. Or I can also go to one of the folders and just say add new value domains, or I can add a new folder. Let's add a new folder. Let's call it sample. So I have to clear this filter to show the folder, and here it is. And I could also, and if I right click it again, add a subfolder. And then I can create a value domain in my subfolder. It's also possible to move value sets from one folder into another one. So you just grab it and then you go to the folder and you drop it there, and now it's been moved into this folder, or I can move it into another folder just like this. Okay. So let's create a new value set. I just click this button, and let's create one called weight management. Version 1, sample value set about weight management. And as a source, I will enter B2I Healthcare. Finish. So you see, it created a new folder, a new value set here, and it's empty. The editor was automatically opened. If I go to the Properties tab, I have all the information I just entered, and it created also an ID, which is here, and today as the effective time was added as well. So now let's add some members from ICD-10. Since we're talking about weight management, let's use diet, and I will just display the results in a flat list. Okay, here we are. I would like to add these two. Uh, One way of adding members is just you select one and then you right click it, and then you can add concept to the active value domain, or you can also add concept and descendants to the active value set, which is particularly useful in SNOMED CT if you want to add a part of the terminology to the value set. So not just the parent concept, but also the children. But let's just add this one for now. See, now it's in here. And if I go to the hierarchical view, you can see that it's ICD-10. Another way of adding members is just by simply drag and drop. So I move it over into the editor. And you see why the value domain perspective comes so handy, because you can just move members from here to there by dragging them. Another possibility is from the search results view. Let's do a search, a SNOMED CT search. Let's look for weight reduction. Search. Here I have 4 search results and I would like to add all of them. I just mark them all and then again simply drag and drop them. You see it created a new hierarchy for SNOMED CT. Now you can see we have ICD-10 and SNOMED CT members in our value set. Let's add a local code system. I created one which is called diets that has 5 codes in it. I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's very easy to create a local code system with SNOWOWL. All you have to do is you use this button here. Then you can enter a name for your local code system, which shows up like a folder here. And then you go to this folder, you right click it, and then you can add new codes and child codes, so you can create a hierarchy. So let's just move, since there are only 5, them over into the editor. And I would like to show you what happens if you try to add a member that is already in the value set. You get a warning message that this was already included. Okay, so we validate for this. Now we have local code system, ICD-10, and SNOMED CT in our new value set called weight management. You can save it and export it in Excel. So you just go to File, Export, Value Domains to Excel file. Next, you specify the path, and then you can export it. What it looks like, I've already done this. I just wanted to show you the format. So each value set has 2 sheets in an Excel file. One is what we saw on the property section, so the identifier, the name, definition, the effective time. And the other sheet has the different members. You can see that there were 3 different code systems. So this was my local code system called diets, SNOMED CT, and ICD-10, and here are the codes. So these are my local codes that I defined. Here's the term. So if you want to import from Excel into SNOWOWL, your file should also have this format. So either SVS or an Excel file in this format. You can also export a lot of value sets at the same time, and then every value set will have 2 sheets, just one after the other here. That's what it will look like if you export a whole collection of value sets. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you about value sets. Thanks for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.